Welcome to ICE GATE Institute. Today we will be discussing the subject Computer Organization and Architecture. In the GATE exam, this subject carries a weightage of 8 to 12 marks, both together 1 mark and 2 mark questions. Before we start the subject, let us try to understand what will be covering in this subject, what we will be learning the knowledge, gaining the knowledge from this subject. We know a computer is an electronic device which accepts input, processes the input, and produces output. But this was the definition when computer was invented. But nowadays, only input devices, output devices, and processor are not sufficient for a computer operation. One more device is needed for us, that is what? Storage device. So we can slightly modify this definition of a computer as an electronic device which accepts the input, processes the input, produces output, and also store the results when needed. So from this definition, these are what the components of a computer, because it satisfies the definition of a computer. We can say there are three major parts of the computer. They are input and output unit, processing unit, and storage unit, which we call as memory. So in our subject we will be discussing these three components: processor, input and output unit, memory. How a processor works. From this topic we will be getting the subtopics: instructions, addressing modes, control unit, ALU, and data path. Similarly, we will be discussing about memory, which is another component of the computer. From this topic we will be understanding what are different types of memory. What are primary memory and their types? What is cache memory and the working of cache memory? Different principles of cache memory and secondary memory